Higher, higher, higher. Let's take it. Let's take it. Let's take it. Let's take it. We gon' with some we going higher on the case for we going higher on the case for we're gonna get it elevated to the What's going on, everybody? This your boy Case for King Set for Life Wrestling Takes. Here to give you my honest take. Boy, listen, look, Dynamite, man. Tony Khan, look. I tell y'all every time when I come on here and I give y'all my honest take about everything I see. And Tony Khan is good at what he does. But sometimes, man, the fluctuation on how he produces his television show it's like a roller coaster ride, man. And it's not a good roller coaster ride. You know how you get, now listen, I don't like roller coasters, and I'm not saying I don't, it's not the fact that I just don't, but people that love roller coasters, you know, when you get on those good roller coasters and they got them twists and turns, the ups and downs, and they go all over the place. But at the end of the day, if you're a big fan of roller coasters, you enjoy the ride because it's for the thrill of it. It's all about the thrill. And on today's episode, we had a lot of thrills. We did. There's a lot of good stories that's being told. They setting up for the Ring of Honor pay-per-view. That's great. But then there was some stuff on this show that I think personally you could have just saved that for Rampage. You honestly could have. You really didn't even need to throw this on here. But this is just Tony Khan just trying to fill time because he really doesn't know what he's doing. And I know people gonna say I'm knocking them while he's down. People gonna say, "Oh, this is a fire episode." No, this was not. It was a good episode. Hour one was a smash. Hour one was outstanding. Hour one was great. Even though I didn't really even like the first match because I already knew what was gonna happen. But hour two was very up and down. If it wasn't for the final two matches, even in the women's match, I don't know what Tony Khan sees in Marina Shafir. I don't know. But listen, when we get there, I'll talk about it. But like I said, it's a lot of fluctuations that this dude does. It's like he just up and down. I'm like, Tony Khan, man, we got to get to a place, bro, where you just, when the name of the show is called Dynamite, it got to be Dynamite from hours 7 all the way to 9, my time, because it's Central. It has to be. It can't just be this fluctuation foolishness that you like to do on a regular basis. It has to be fire at all times. I'm telling you, man, this ain't, look here, we ain't, look, a lot of us, I told y'all, I critique AEW hard because I know Tony Khan can give us something great. Hour one, excellent. Hour two, it's time. Time is out for this fluctuation foolishness. Time is out. Time is out for this fluctuation foolishness. We can't put up with it no more. We can't. We need to get on this fool's case. I'm telling you, AEW hardcore heads, we can't just be sitting up just accepting this. We can't. We cannot. I know we love this program. We want AEW to succeed. But Tony Khan must get through his head. Do not put mediocre on after you drop some heat. It's not going to work. It's not going to work, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and break down this show. Live from New York, Rochester. The house that Brody Lee built, the late Brody Lee. They was at the Blue Cross Arena. This crowd was kind of mixed. It was kind of mixed. I heard people say that this was kind of related to when the first time they went to Milwaukee. I'll give them some credit. They made somewhat a little bit of noise. I get why people were saying that they kind of was there, but I'll tell you why. It's based off of what was being presented. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, we open up the show. TNT title match. Scorpion Sky versus Warlow. Street fight. So Warlow comes out first. Here come everybody, Scorpion Sky, Dan Lambert, Ethan Page, and everybody that's represented America's Top Team. They all look like a bunch of just rejects. I'm sorry, that's what they look like. I'm gonna be 1,000% with y'all. I didn't like this match at all because this basically was the same match that we got the first time. Warlow really didn't do anything. All Warlow did was just get a couple of licks in. Sky, he tried, but you know Sky wasn't gonna do nothing. Now, I know people want to say, "Oh, Sky's still injured." No, he's not. Let me tell you something, man. This was the biggest mistake. I'm about to call him Vince McMahon. I should. This was the biggest mistake Tony Khan has ever done. I told y'all from the jump, Scorpion Sky's title run was nothing more than tokenism. That's all it was. He did this because he knew there was a lot of us on his helmet saying that AEW don't know how to book us, don't know how to put titles on us, don't know how to do none of that. So he said, all right, I'm going to show you that I can. It's not about throwing titles on us. I tell you every day when I watch WWE programming and when I see us over there, I tell every clown that watches me, that listens to me, no matter if they subscribe to me or not, I tell everybody this over and over again. It's not about throwing championships on us. It's always about the booking. It's always about how we being presented. It's not about representation. Representation is not what I'm talking about. It's about presentation. And Scorpion Sky's two-time, remember? Because he lost it to Sammy, and then he got it back from Sammy. Two-time TNT champion. Both runs have been very mediocre, trash, waste of time. No point in even having a championship. The only reason he had the title because there was a lot of fools on Tony Khan's helmet. That's it. That's the only reason. This it. Like I said, he tried. Them clowns, they got involved. They tried to do a little something. Dan Lambert and them getting involved. Trying to do low blows on folk and all of this. It just wasn't enough. Warlow messed around, did a couple of spine busters. Match over with. 1, 2, 3. It's over. Now, you would think somebody like me would be extremely happy for Warlow. But I'm mixed on the situation. Because I hate the fact that when I mean we, I'm talking about Scorpion Sky, has had the worst TNT title run, period. And now we put the title on my guy Warlow, who's over like a mug. And I should be ecstatic for Warlow right now. But I can't right now because of how Tony Khan booked Scorpion Sky. I can't. And people say, oh, Scorpion Sky is injured. No, man, ain't got nothing to do with no injury. It don't have anything to do with no injury. Nothing. It has nothing to do with the injury. Because I know fools going to be in my car. Oh, he's injured, man. He's injured, man. You tripping, man. Nope. No. Scorpion Sky's title run has been a disaster. And I blame Tony Khan from the jump. I blame him. This is going to be on his helmet. I'm going to throw it in his face every chance I get. I don't give a care what nobody got to say. It's terrible. Now, he got an opportunity to make the TNT title be the best thing on the planet with Warlow. But here, this is the deal with Warlow. Now, I don't want Warlow to just do a couple of move sets and I want to see Warlow grapple up with folk. Warlow can grapple up with people. Warlow knows how to wrestle. I know he can. So whoever he deals with moving forward, I want to see him get in there and get his hands dirty. I'm not talking about just throwing somebody around and doing a couple of spine busters and all that power. I'm talking about getting your hands dirty. We're grappling up with somebody, showing me that you can move in the ring. Because listen, the character of Warlow is over. He's over like a mug. He's a huge baby face. I told you. To me, outside of Hangman, he's right there. You can say Hangman, you can say him being the two biggest baby faces in AEW. I mean, you can say that. So now that he has the championship back, or has it for the first time, this is time for Tony Khan to reestablish the TNT Championship. Now, as for what the clown we do with Sky, once Sky gets back, because it's quote unquote, they wrote this is the way to write Sky off TV. Once Scorpion Sky comes back, the first few Scorpion Sky is going to have is Dan Lambert and All Ego Page. That's the first few right there. It just sets itself up. It sets itself up. If I'm them, I'm kicking Sky out. This is how you put Sky back on the babyface run. Because I know there's a lot of people that say Sky's boring. He can't do this. He can't do that. No, it always comes down to the booking. Did not matter. It does not matter if he's a heel. It does not matter if he's a babyface. It's always about the freaking booking. So Warlow wins the match. Everybody in the mama go nuts. It's all Warlow's the man. He's got it. He's did it. All right, so we move on. So after that, we get a backstage promo from the man himself, who is defending his interim AEW World Heavyweight Championship against Brody King. And he pretty much says, man, listen, I hear you the guy. I hear you the man. I hear you this. I hear you that and all this. But I'm here to tell you this. I'm up for the challenge. I'm here to showcase why I'm the guy. And let me tell you something. When they allow Moxley to cut these promos like this, Moxley is in his bag. And I like the fact that Moxley was in the boiler room. It reminded me a lot of how Mankind used to be back in the day when he was chilling in the boiler rooms. Now, I didn't watch the New Generation era, but I do remember catching him doing promos in the boiler room. And just to see him cut that promo about Brody King in the boiler room, talking about the Backpool Combat Club versus the potential feud House of Black and all that stuff. Listen, it sets itself up. So it was a great promo, excellent. Then we get a backstage segment. Tony needs to smart Mark Sterling, basically trying to position Keith Lee to sign a position to get Swerve Strickland out of AEW. They told him, hey, yeah, he's your tag team partner, but he's turned his back on you. Remember the battle royal you had? Keith Lee said, yeah, you got a point. Me and him kind of not seeing eye to eye, but he is my tag team partner. And last I checked, we're winning. So if you don't get out of my way, and oh, by the way, what do you guys do? You guys be losing all the time. So obviously there's something still going on there. They still got beef with Swerve or whatever. So later on we're gonna get Keith Lee and Swerve versus the Butcher and the Blade. You can almost say that this is a segment of the night if you want to. Christian Cage comes out, Luchasaurus comes out, and they address everything. They address why he sided with Lucha instead of siding with Jungle Boy. And as they going in on the situation and all that crazy stuff, Matt Hardy's music goes off. Matt just walks out there and he talks about how he's been tight with Jungle Boy and how Christian, you basically are just running your mouth and you this and all that. And he said, no, man, it's about you and your ego. And let me tell you something. Look, you need to learn how to be a family man, because as of right now, Jeff Hardy seems to be the more sober one than you. Now, if everybody knows Jeff Hardy is dealing with his situation outside of wrestling, everybody and their mama know we want to see him get his act together. But the fact that Christian said what he said, that's called heat, ladies and gentlemen. That's called heat. And so after that, Lucha started beating the break. No, Christian had tried to beat up on Matt. Matt tried to beat up on Christian. Luchasaurus just grabbed that man, headbutted him, beat him down, kicked his head in, then choke slammed him through the doggone table. Matt Hardy loves going through tables. That is Matt Hardy through and through. So now we got the Fisher feud. It's going to be Matt Hardy versus Christian with Jungle Boy with Luchasaurus. And more than likely, once Jungle Boy gets back, Jungle Boy is going to side with Matt Hardy. It's going to be a tag team match. That's what's going to happen. But this is the great segment. Christian's out here running. Listen, Christian in his bag right now, ladies and gentlemen. He's in his bag. When Christian is on heel mode, like, what else can you do? What else can you do? The man is going to do what he got to do. He's going to say what he got to say. He's going to be the prick that he is, because that's exactly what he is. Just handle the business on the mic. That's what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? So, that's that segment. So then we get a video package. Now, the promo heard around the world, ladies and gentlemen. Now, they kind of edited in by adding everybody else's stuff. My man Matt from 2.0, who is signed with the Jericho Association. Jericho Association Society, whatever. Dude cut a heartfelt promo about not being there for his wife and not being there to see his son walk his first steps. But he said he had to participate in blood and guts so that Eddie Kingston would not have Jericho tap out. He loved the fact that Cesaro made him tap out instead of Jericho tapping out. Because he said, this is what I'm here for. This is what I live for. Ladies and gentlemen, you're talking to a dude that basically said that 2.0 were nothing more than circus clowns. Matt, by himself, got the group over. He got the group over with just that cold promo that he cut that everybody heard around the world. And AEW had no choice but to throw it in there. So, but they added a little bit of everybody else that was participating in the match as well. I got to give... Listen, man. I clown Jericho because Jericho is a clown. But it's something about hanging out with Jericho that makes you step your game up. You cannot... Listen, I know fools disrespect Jericho. They disrespect him because of his politics, political views, and his wife being down there on January 6th. Look, we're not here to talk about all that. When we are talking about Jericho, the man inside the ring, and what he brings to the wrestling table, you can't do nothing but applaud that dude. You cannot. You cannot do anything but applaud him because of everybody that he brings under his wing. They just become that much more big of a star when they are aligning themselves with him. And that, to me, I can't be mad at that. My man Matt look, 2.0, listen, this is what I'm going. This is how I'm about to do this now. So, it's already said. Because I'm going to talk about it. Young Bucks are pretty much about to destroy everybody in the tag team division. You might as well get ready to pencil it in because they're about to eat everybody up. Once we get the Acclaim established, the Acclaim will defeat them. Then, after the Acclaim become your next AEW Tag Team Champions, you better set up 2.0 to be the guys to dethrone the Acclaim. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. That's who I have next in line. The Acclaim and then 2.0, Matt and Jeff. That is who I have. That's what I'm going with. That's next in line. Ever since what took place with Proud and Powerful, because they were next. Beef happened. Santana got hurt. He talked about he wanted to leave. I don't know. So, Proud and Powerful kind of on the shelf right now. This is what you do. The Acclaim take the titles off the Young Bucks. Matt and Jeff 2.0 take the titles off of the Acclaim. That's what I'm going with. So, Shivani is interviewing We the People because the fans were saying that. Claudio Castagnoli and Jake Hager talking about how they beat the snot at each other at Blood and Guts and all of this. And Hager said that you ain't nothing but a joke for coming out this way. And then he said, all you do is carry Jericho's bags. But let me tell you something. Next week, I'm going to be, because right now I'm 2-0. Next week, I'm going to be 3-0. So they already got the match set up. And apparently it's Fire Fest or whatever it's called. Fighter Fest Night 1. So they already got the big name show already set up for next week. Those two are going at it. Good promo. Now we get the matchup itself. The Butcher and the Blade with Alley versus Swerve and Our Glory, Strickland and Keith Lee. This matchup was pretty good. There was a botch that happened. Keith Lee was supposed to come in and save Swerve from getting pinned. I forgot my referee name, my black referee. He's pinning him 1, 2, and then as soon as Lee tries to get in there, you see he does the 3 count. The fans completely go crazy and they say, you know what they say. They start talking about some, he messed up and all of that stuff, BS and all that. They made a botch, messed up. Let me tell you something, man. I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to tell a story about Swerve and Lee not being able to see eye and eye every time they be in these matches. Sometimes it's good, but a lot of times, man, they got to get back on cue. Everybody got to be work together. The referee has to work together. Everybody got to be simultaneously, because if things aren't working out, you're going to have all kind of crazy botches. You're going to have all kind of dumb stuff that just ain't going to make no type of sense. And I get it. They trying to tell a story, and I'm sitting up here saying to myself, like, man, so it was a move they did. Talk about the Butcher and the Blade. They did this move on Swerve, and they made you think that the match is going to get over. But somehow, some way, Swerve was able to kick out, and then Swerve and Lee did they move. I believe they did it on, was it Blade? I think it was on Blade. I forgot. Allie out there screaming, doing all her little clown stuff. They end up winning again. Next thing you know, as they win, here come Hobbs and Starks. Hobbs come out, he said, cut the bull crap, cut the music. He said, yo, I'm tired of this BS. I'm tired of these punk, such and such. Look, you fools think y'all all that in the bag of chips. Y'all think y'all running the show. Y'all ain't running nothing. Y'all can't step to us. Y'all not on our level. And then Ricky Stark start going off on the mic, was saying all kind of crazy stuff. And I'm like, let him cook. And then he gets interrupted by the Young Bucks. The Young Bucks was sitting right there. They come out and they say, well, everybody already knows who's the best tag team. It's us. Nobody else. I mean, you guys are good. You guys had a great match at Double or Nothing with the Jurassic Express. But guess who beat Jurassic Express? We did. So while they all talking and everything, the fans hijacked the show and they start saying FTR. Ladies and gentlemen, that's how over FTR is. I get why certain cats that I speak with on this app tell me they want FTR to win those tag team titles. You want them to, but ladies and gentlemen, they're not going to win. Why? Let me tell you something. I get it. They say strike while the iron's hot. You see, they got their arms preoccupied. Ring of Honor, the AAA titles, the New Japan Championships. They got their hands full. Ain't no way in the world I'm trying to see them with the AEW Tag Team Champions. Ain't no way. I get it. The match is going to happen. We're going to get Young Bucks versus FTR again. We're going to get it, ladies and gentlemen. But it's not going to be the result that you all want. The result that you want ain't going to happen because they are not next in line right now. I get it. People want them to get it now because the quote-unquote iron's hot. But it makes no sense. It doesn't. It just doesn't. What makes better sense is what I told you who should be next in line. It should be the Acclaim. And then, after the Acclaim 2.0. Then, if you want to put the titles on FTR after 2.0, by all means. But as of right now, they got their hands preoccupied. So, but this segment was a great segment. It was good. I was feeling it. You got the story going. But the fans hijacking it, kind of like, man, everybody want FTR. Everybody. I mean, the fans like FTR. So next week at Fyter Fest, it's going to be a triple threat to determine who will be your next AEW Tag Team Champions. You might as well just pencil it in. Listen, this is what you do. Swerve should take the pinfall, but I got a feeling Keith Lee's going to take the pinfall. They're going to have the match won, but it's going to be some off the cue type of stuff. They miscommunication. One of them getting pinned. Now, if Ricky Starks or Hobbs get pinned, by all means, that's fine. But I'm just telling you right now, Young Bucks are not losing those tag team titles. They're not. So I know everybody, I know everybody want us to start winning the titles. It's not right now, ladies and gentlemen. So, let's pump the brakes on. Pump the brakes. So, talked about that. So, we get Malachi Black cutting a promo telling Moxley, we heard you, Mox. But let me tell you something, Mox. I envy you. I envy you because you think you're the guy. You might have that title right now, but you haven't met a guy that's my guy. And I'm talking about Brody King. Brody King, when he gets his hands on you, he's going to leave his mark and leave you lifeless in that ring. One line, ladies and gentlemen. I can't wait to talk about that main event. Now, Eddie Kingston addresses the crowd, talking with Tony. And he talks about how he's happy for the team. He's happy for everybody, even Claudio. And then he did one of them moments or whatever. But he said, I was supposed to make Jericho tap. I was supposed to make Jericho bleed. It didn't happen. But I can't wait to get my hands on that man. And as soon as he started talking, Jericho popped up on the screen. Hey, Kingston, you say you want to get your hands on me, huh? You say you want to make me bleed, huh? Well, I got somebody that's close to you. Man, they cut to the scene. They done beat the brakes off of Ruby Soho. I mean, they tore her up. She looked like she's been beaten. I felt like I was watching a movie, ladies and gentlemen. She's been beat up. And they got Taya, they got her arm right there as if you know how when you smash somebody's hand into the door. That's exactly what they did. They had Taya kick the door in and smash Ruby's arm. So obviously, as of right now, Ruby's arm is broken. So this is quote unquote, this is a way to write Ruby off of television. And I had posted a tweet. I said, this is what I like in my wrestling programs. When a segment like that has you feeling some kind of way, I say this is what we need throughout the entire show. We need to feel some kind of way for everybody that's being presented on AEW television. I don't want half the cats to be presented as if they feel important, and then the other stuff is just on the show just to be on the show. Now, we come back. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to lie. I was okay with this segment, but I understand why a lot of people thought that you could have just saved this for Rampage. We was in Rochester. Everybody knew Mama know. This is Brody Lee's town. So, the Dark Order came out, minus Stu Grayson, minus Alan Andrews, minus Colt Cabana. Everybody else is there. From Anna J, -1, John Silver, Evil Uno, Alex Reynolds, and I'm missing somebody. 10. So, they all right there, paying homage. This is Brody Lee's house. Dark Order, a lot of people speculating and say that the Dark Order is done. We ain't going nowhere. The Dark Order is forever. So, everybody got an opportunity to speak. And then as soon as -10 or -1 was finished talk, QT Marshall bring his old goofy behind out there. And I'm sitting up and saying, oh boy. QT come out, I ain't got my squad, and you guys think you're this and all that, and you're relevant, and I'm this. And so he hop in the ring, and then next thing you know, they all jump him. Then -1 try to get on the mic, and -1 say, hey, QT, listen, QT. Hey, I should get in the ring and beat you down right now, but I'm going to wait till I'm 19 years old. You could have saved this for Rampage. I get it. It was a moment, special moment. I get it. I know what they're doing, trying to help the kid out. I get it. Even QT Marshall made a reference. He said Amber. He said, yeah, -1's mama was bogus for giving birth to him. She said some dumb line, something stupid. But like, yeah, I get it. So I'm gonna be honest with you. Right here, this is when the show kind of plummeted. So this is hour 2. So I get it. Yeah, you could have just said this for Dynamite. I mean, you could have said this for Rampage. You know. So obviously they're gonna keep this feud going. So it is what it is. Jim Ross come out. So obviously they're gonna be doing this thing every week. JR won't do the first hour, but he'll do the second hour. We get Penta Oscuro with Rey Fenix and Alex Abrahantes versus Roosh with Andrade El Idolo. I'm gonna be 1,000% with you guys. Was the match a good match? Yeah, but I don't know. I'm not on the Roosh bandwagon yet. I'm not. There's no knock against him. Obviously, he's a good luchador. Come from that background and all this, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not on the bandwagon yet. He's gonna have to do something to impress me. when he came out there, I thought he stole The Rock's Brahma Bull look because that's what he looked like he was wearing. He looked like he was wearing the Brahma Bull that be on The Rock's trunks all the time. He wins because Andrade and them distracted the ref, and Rush did a low blow on Penta. And let me tell y'all something, man. They take Penta's mask off every week. I get it, but listen, when y'all do it, when you get very repetitive with it, it gets stale. It's almost as if this fool shouldn't even wear a mask because they pull his mask off every week. Every time I'm watching, Penta's mask finds a way to get pulled off. So, Roosh gets his first victory in Dynamite on AEW. We're going to see. It's a new faction that's getting ready to get started because they said it's another clown that's coming through that's going to join them. Hopefully this gets them all over because I've still been trying to figure out what the heck they doing with Andrade. I've been wanting to know. And like I said, Roosh, like I said, he's a good wrestler and all that, but I gotta feel something, and I'm not feeling it right now. I'm just not. So I know people gonna be like, "Oh man, why you hating?" I ain't hating, man. I'm just telling you the honest truth. I'm telling you the honest truth. I'm not finna come on here and sugarcoat what is being presented on AEW. I need to understand what are you on the show for, what you here for, and you got to tell me something. I don't need to just people think just because you're a good wrestler that's why I'm nah. You got the whole package. You got to give me the whole package. If you ain't give me the whole package, man, I don't know. So, like I said, I'm not ready to just throw stones on them. Listen, I just want to see. I want to see where they go from here. Like I said, I want to get on board. I want to get behind this Roosh cat, but as of right now, I think dude he's just another face that AEW done hired. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. So, like I said, Roosh wins, low blow. So it is what it is. We get another promo from Jay Lethal, Sanjay Dutt, Sat Not Seen. It is official. Samoa Joe will be defending his Ring of Honor TV television title against Jay Lethal at Death Before Dishonor, July 23rd, Saturday on pay-per-view. And the promo is great, man. They listen for them not having a Ring of Honor television show. They're doing everything in their power to get us hyped for the show, and I got to give Tony Khan props. Like I said, we don't have a Ring of Honor TV show, so like I said, this is the only way I can keep up with what's going on in Ring of Honor. So they cut to the chase. Hey, and like I said, they doing everything in their power to make Sat Not Seen look like he's relevant, which is great. So being with them two, it's a good thing. Smart Mark Sterling runs into the best friends, tries to get them to sign a petition or some dumb stuff, and they said, hey, how about we have a match, OC versus Nice on Rampage. Here come that bozo, Danhausen. Danhausen comes out the woodwork. He's like, hey, because OC said, before I sign, you need to talk to my lawyer. I'm like, so Danhausen now is OC's lawyer. He said, hey, I got a good idea. How about you wrestle OC on Rampage? We make a lot of money. I don't see, ladies and gentlemen, I don't see the hype. I don't get the hype. To me, this fool is just there just to be there. He just really is. Fools love this clown Danhausen. I don't see it. I don't see the hype. I will never understand. I tried when I first saw him. I said, all right, I'm going to give this clown a couple weeks to see if he can get me on the bandwagon. Nothing. Every time I see this clown, I just be like, man, if this fool don't get off my TV, get him off my television, because that's where I'm at right now. I'm tired of this fool Danhausen. He ain't doing nothing for me. So this match is said we getting OC versus Tony Nese. This matchup right here could have been saved for Rampage. I'm sorry. I get it. They're telling the story. It could have been saved for Rampage. You could have told this story on Rampage. We got the Acclaim in the Gun Club with Billy Gunn taking on Fuego del Sol, Bear Country, and Leon Rufford. So, the Acclaim, they come out first. And as soon as Max Caster is about to start singing his rap, listen, Listen, and the crowd, listen. The Acclaim are over, ladies and gentlemen. I told y'all, they next. These cats are next in line. I know fools. Listen, the Acclaim got their haters, and I know some people that hate them. You gonna have to get the hate out your heart because the Acclaim are cold, ladies and gentlemen. Max tried to cut his rap. Austin comes and steals the mic out of his hand. I said, what? I said, come on, man. So, they get in there. They trying to do a little something. And, I ain't gonna lie. I feel bad for Beer Country because they was brought in and they made you thought Beer Country was gonna be on something. Beer Country ain't been nothing but jobbers left and right. People thought Bear Country was going to be a serious tag team in AEW. And to me, they've been nothing but jobbers. That's all they've been. They've been hanging out with jobbers, hanging out with Fuego del Sol, and hanging out with Mr. Smiles over here. You know who I'm talking about. They came in there trying to do a little something. But the A-Boys basically just hijacked the whole match. The Acclaim was supposed to, they was going to win this match. They was going to win it. But then the A-Boys hijacked them, jumped in, stole the pinfall. So, they started fighting each other. They pushed the Acclaim down. They pushed him down. Then Billy Gunn gets up in there. So now I'm sitting up here saying, all right, so what's the deal? What is going on with Billy Gunn? Is Billy Gunn the official mouthpiece, quote unquote, for the Acclaim, or what? He goes over, he starts pushing his boys. Like, what the heck is wrong with you? What is going on? Max Caster stands up. Billy Gunn clotheslines him and lays him out of there, and then does the move, the scissors, whatever it's called, does it on Anthony. It is official. The Acclaim are baby faces. They have been betrayed by the blackface clown himself and his non-rapping sons, the A-Boys. It is official, ladies and gentlemen. The story of the Acclaim is getting ready to be told. Yes, I felt some kind of way, but they could have saved this from Rampage. I'm serious. You could have saved this whole segment. This could have been a story to be told on Rampage. Save it for Rampage. Save it for Rampage, ladies and gentlemen. Save it for Rampage. They need this. But the story is being told. The rise of the Acclaim to where they final destination. Final destination for the Acclaim are the AEW World Tag Team Champions. How do they get there? They must destroy the fools that they trusted. Even when Anthony Bowens was like, what? We're supposed to do the Daddy-O Scissors. Nah, the Daddy-O Scissors is over. Billy Gunn showed his true colors. The Gun Boys showed their true colors. They didn't care nothing about them at all. They didn't care anything. They used them for clout to get over. The Acclaim got them over, and now they turn them backs on them. And now I can't wait to see them get their behinds kicked. I want to see them get their tails beat down because it calls for it. So, good storytelling. Matchup was a waste of time. Could have saved it for Rampage. But I can't wait for the story of the Acclaim because it's here, ladies and gentlemen. The Acclaim are over. They are over, ladies and gentlemen. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So, we get Miro cutting a promo on Malachi Black. He says he's going to redeem him. He's going to kill him. He's going to destroy him. So, obviously, this ain't over because he stopped that man from becoming the All-Atlantic champion at the New Japan AEW show, Forbidden Door. We get the women's match. Thunderstorm, which is Thunder Rose and Tony Storm versus Nyla Rose, Marina Shafir. Tony Khan has some type of fascination with Marina Shafir. I would never understand it. I don't get it. This was basically a handicap match. Marina was out there just looking like a deer in headlights. Thunder, Tony, Nyla basically carried this whole match. I'm going to be honest with you right now. I'm kind of iffy on the AEW women's title picture. I'm very iffy on the situation. Very iffy on it. But, like I say, Thunder and Tony, they're making this tag team work. Obviously, it's going to be something because we getting part 2 between them. It's not over. But where the heck do we go? That is the question that I'm going to ask Tony Khan. Where do we go? Where do we go? Thunder and them end up winning. She does the moveset. I think it was Tony. Tony did the moveset Marina Shafir match over. Where do we go from here, ladies and gentlemen? Where do we go? That is the question that I'm asking myself. Does Tony turn heel? Does Thunder Rosa turn heel and align herself with Nyla Rose and Marina? I don't know. I don't know what we're going to. I don't know. That's the biggest question that I'm asking myself, because I want to care about the AEW Women's Title picture, but it feels like it's half-butted. It feels like they're just doing this, just be like, okay, just have this match. Really don't really have nothing going for it. We're trying to make something work. I'm too busy trying to push Marina Shafir because I love Marina Shafir. I'm speaking as Tony Khan. Tony Khan has some type of serious fascination about Marina Shafir. I'm like, the young lady still need work. Green as heck. She still needs to learn how to get this thing done before you start pushing her like her. And people say, well, look at Jade. No, let me tell you about Jade before people start trying to make the comparison. Jade got the whole package. We know about Jade's situation. What does Marina got? And I can't wait because I'm about to talk about Jade in a minute. What does Marina have? So people will say, oh, but you're not fair. No, I'm telling you the bold-faced truth. Tony Khan got some serious fascination about Marina Shafir. He loves this girl. I want her to get it right in the ring. She get better in the ring, then I won't be on the helmet like I am. Till she get right in the ring, I'm gonna be on her. Because that's the name of the game. I want to see her get better. Yeah, I do. But Tony Khan is pushing her like she got this thing down pat. Like, oh, we're going to keep throwing it out there. So, but I want the AEW Women's Title picture to mean something. So, I don't know. I have no clue what we're going to do. I don't know what we're doing moving forward. I do not know. I don't know. So, but that's that. We get a backstage promo. Stokely halfway tells Jade and Kiera, the baddie section, even though we were down a baddie, but we got a replacement baddie to come through. Now, I made the decision. I told her come on down with $1,000, and she showed up. And you know how Jade does. Jade tell Tony, man, cut this. Listen, Jade is in her zone when she does this stuff. Stokely says Layla Gray is the new baddie. She's the new baddie, and she's in town. She's here to handle the business. Jade looked at Stokely and said, you know what, Stokely, if she don't pan out, then that's your butt. Let's go. Let me tell y'all something right now about the TBS title picture. Jade is at a point where Jade cannot even trust her own group. Because at the end of the day, yes, she is the champion, but you got to remember, every woman is gunning for that TBS title. Chris, Athena, and don't just think, just because Kiera and Red is in the baddie section, they ain't gunning for them titles either. And with the new alliance of Layla Gray, what the heck is Stokely Hathaway cooking up? Because that's the question. That's the question that you had to ask yourself. Jade Cargill's TBS title is, everybody is eyeballing that thing. They eyeball it. And the thing is, she has to watch her back at all costs. She can't even trust nobody in her own group at this point. That's why I like this title as the most important women's title in AEW right now, because everybody's gunning for it. And even though Jade is walking around with that thing, anybody can take it at the drop of a hat. And I'm going to people say, well, Jade not that good in the ring. Listen, she working on it. I don't know what the heck Marina Shafir is doing. But Jade is working on it. Jade getting there. She's on her way. And the fact that everybody is gunning for that TBS title, I personally think that the TBS title is the most important women's title in AEW right now. I don't know how y'all feel about it, but especially with this situation that's going on, everybody gunning for that thing. And if I'm Jade, I'm watching my back at all costs. I can't even trust the girls in my group, especially with this new Layla Gray girl coming through. I know I just wrestled you and just beat the brakes off of you. Now you want to get in my group now? What? Wait, hold up. Why didn't you, Stokely, why didn't you come across me first before you just added her? When you want to address me. I'm the one that runs the baddie section. This is my group. Yeah, you just came through and all, but I run the baddie section, not you. You just a talking piece as of right now. You gonna go and bring this girl in who I murdered last week? I murdered her last week. Now out of nowhere she's part of the team. No, something up. If I'm Jade, I'm watching my back at all costs, and that's why I say it's the most important title in the AEW Women's Division today, because it has a story behind it. I don't know what the heck is going on in the AEW Women's Championship. The TBS title, as of right now, is the most important women's title. Then we get back-to-back promos concerning Death Before Dishonor. Daniel Garcia will face Wheeler Yuta for the Pure Ring of Honor Championship at Death Before Dishonor. And he cuts a promo on Wheeler Yuta. He said, listen, you might have busted me open, but just because you with the Blackpool Combat Club, you can do all this fronting, but you ain't fooling me. You might have busted me open, but you ain't know nothing. I'm gonna take that championship, man. I'll see you on Saturday. Listen, right to the point. He said what he's coming to do. He said he coming to manhandle this cat. He basically said that Wheeler Yuta is a punk. He said Wheeler Yuta ain't nothing without them. And technically he's right. Because I wasn't on Wheeler Yuta's bandwagon. I didn't get on Wheeler Yuta's bandwagon until he started going against everybody in the Combat Club. Now Wheeler Yuta is the man now. Daniel Garcia said, heck to the freaking no. He ain't the man. I'm the man. And I'm taking this championship. That's exactly what you want to do. That's what you do. You say what you got to say. Get straight to the point. There you have it. Great promo. Then, get the fellas themselves. Cash and Dax. Talking about why they the best in the world, which is basically a knock at who? The Young Bucks. We got the AAA titles. We got the New Japan Championships. We got the Ring of Honor World Tag Team titles right now. Now, yes, we're going to be on the show. But we said we had our toughest opponents yet at the last Ring of Honor pay-per-view against the Briscoes. That's why we are willing to put up our tag team titles again against the Briscoes for part 2. Ladies and gentlemen, to this day, as of right now, I think that's the greatest tag team match I've seen in a long time. I've seen great tag team matches. FTR versus the Briscoes, part 1 was phenomenal. It was great. We getting part 2. I hope they can top it. I hope they can. Part 2 will take place at Death Before Dishonor. I'm here for it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope they go crazy. I hope they go hard again, because that match was insane. I've seen the Briscoes wrestle before, but them and FTR, boy, my goodness, great chemistry. Told a story, had you on the edge of your seat, and I did not realize that match was dang near 34 minutes long. I did not realize that match was that long. So these boys, man, they about to go at it again. I'm looking forward to it. So main event, ladies and gentlemen. William Regal comes out, his own commentary, joins the fellas. Brody King comes out, Moxley comes out, crowd goes crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, for me, I think this is Brody King's best match I've seen him. And this is basically a one-sided match. Moxley basically did just enough, but the goal was to make Brody King look dominant. I'm trying to remember the last time I seen Moxley get mollywopped. I'm trying to remember. It's been a long time. Was it Brody Lee? Was Brody Lee the last guy to mollywop Moxley? Because I don't remember seeing Moxley get mollywopped before. I know Chris Jericho busted him open, but that's about it. But I think, like I said, John Moxley got tore up. And I like the fact that he did not believe. I say, Moxley, this is what I'm talking about. You don't need to bust yourself open every time. Brody King murdered him. He said what he was going to do. He went in that ring and he murdered him. The only thing is he didn't walk out with that championship, which is part of the story, because the feud between the House of Black and the Blackpool Combat Club is just starting. We haven't even done nothing yet. The fact Brody King mollywopped him throughout the entire match until the very end, and they had an opportunity to go past 9 o'clock, which they did. TBS allowed Tony Khan to go. I think they finished at 9:07. I think. Moxley ended up choking him out. Somehow, some way, he was able to get enough energy to put him to sleep. Then tap. So basically made Brody King look strong in the feet. I liked it. Brody King he earned my respect, ladies and gentlemen. I've been hard on Brody King because I've been wanting to see what does he bring to the table. Brody King showed me something. He showed me something on Rampage by just choking out Darby Allin. Listen, that image that we seen, how he just had him just hanging over the ring, choked out, that was excellent. And then he went in this ring, this match with Moxley, and basically told Moxley, you ain't nothing to me. You ain't nothing. You just a peon. I'm going to make you look like a fool. I'm going to make you look like a joke, because that's exactly what Brody King did. Moxley wins, puts him to sleep. Like I said, it was a very one-sided match, but I liked it because of what they was trying to tell. They wanted to tell us that Brody King is this dominant foe who works under who? Malachi Black. You see it's I kind of look at it, it's like a boss. You know how you got the bosses. Like, let's say you play a video game, and before you get to the main boss, you always got that little mini big boss that's hard to take. Like, you got to do everything in your power because that big boss is finna try to take you out. That little mini big boss before you get to the main big boss. That's basically what Brody King was. Brody King was basically like that big guard dude before you get to the main dude, which is Malachi Black. Great match, great main event, saved the show. Like I say, hour 2 was up and down. Hour 1, excellent. Hour 2, Tony Khan gonna have to work on certain things. If things don't need to be on the show, do not put it on the show. Don't put it on the show. Save that mess for Rampage. Heck, put it on Dark, because I get it. You wanted to pay homage to Brody Lee for the Dark Order stuff. That 4-man tag team match, that could have been saved for Rampage. You could have told that story on Rampage. I mean, I would have been fine with it on Rampage, to be honest with you. But, that's Tony Khan. Marina Shafir still need work. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I need to speak on, because I believe I tackled everything that happened on the show. Is anything? Oh, yeah, I'm gonna talk about it real quick. So apparently, everybody ran Shotzi Blackheart offline. She deactivated her Twitter because of the botches that happened at Money in the Bank. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, this is why I say the toxicity of the IWC is insane. There's a way to tell somebody something without harassing them, calling them out their name, wishing ill will on them, telling them that they need to be fired and all this stuff. You don't ever see me running to somebody that's in the WWE and telling them that they need to do this to themselves and do that. This is why the IWC is one of the most demonic, twisted, sadistic, psychopath communities that's out there. These fools they have no lives. They have no lives. The fact that that's all you guys know how to do is to run somebody offline when they don't, they performances is up to par. You heard what I said about Marina Shafir. Did you see me running to Marina Shafir's Twitter page and telling her that she needs to end her life or she needs to do this? No. I'm just telling you what she needs to do to step her game up. You in the ring with 3 great wrestlers. Nyla Rose is great. Toni Storm is great. Thunder Rosa is great. Step your game up. You don't see me running to her Twitter page telling her that she needs to deactivate this. No, because it's stupid. It's idiotic. It's evil. It's demonic. There's a way to critique a wrestler based on what they do in the ring without being evil towards them, which these idiots in the IWC have absolutely no how to do. They have no comprehension. These people are dumb. They retarded. They stupid. They have no lives. They live in their mother's basement, as everybody always say. They have absolutely no lives. These low lives. These clowns. Like I said, the IWC is so freaking toxic. It's so much tribalism in it. It's so much. It's just evil. And these clowns ran her offline. And I know people going to say, well, she deserved it on what she said about Jericho. Listen, what she said about Jericho, yeah, it was out of line, but it is what it is. Two wrongs don't make a right, ladies and gentlemen. Two wrongs don't make a right. Do you want to see? Let me say me, because I don't know about y'all. Yeah, I want to see Shotzi Blackheart get better in the ring. So, and Shotzi been going through a whole lot of stuff as of late. I think a father passed away and somebody else that she knew that. So she's been going through a lot. So it's been a lot of things been going on with her and everything. So I just wish her the best. I hope she get her mentals right, come back strong, be able to do it again, and be able to give us a better match. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, just fools in the IWC is crazy. You know, it's insane, man. A lot of times, like I said, that's why I keep to myself. Yeah, I'm in a couple of group chats out there and all that. But like I said, I say what I got to say, but I'm not coming online to argue with nobody. I'm not online to argue with you. If you think something is better, you think this sucks and all that stuff, that's you entitled to your opinion. But I'm not finna argue, go back and forth with you over some dumb stuff like that. You know, I'm not finna run cats offline and all that. No need. It's no need to do that. No need. Like I said, them fools, they silly as say. They just silly. Very silly. But I'm trying to think, is anything else I need to speak on before I close out this stream or close out this video? That's really pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. If there's anything else, I'll probably come on here and talk about it in another video. This is your boy KCFL King, Self for Life Wrestling the Takes. Y'all know exactly what to do. Hit the freaking comment section up. If you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. You're going to get the best. You're going to get the realest of the real. Like I said, I want to get this quality up. I want to get my page up. I want to get this, do things to make this channel better. You know what I'm saying? I'll talk to you cats later. I'll let you boy.